Despite the ongoing reform process, the Egyptian banking system was still highly concentrated in the public sector. The three public sector banks controlled about 40% of the system's total loans and 50% of deposits at fiscal year 2006. Competition is set to intensify in the banking system after the recent entrance of several foreign players into the arena, notably through the sale of Bank Alexandria in October 2006, as the government sold 80% of the bank to Intesa Sanpaolo with about 1.6 billion US dollars, as I think. The same as we were just talking about, the bank of BNP Paribas also is investing in Egypt with more than 50 branches. So the year 2007 witnessed the operation of the first credit information company by the participation of more than 32 banks, beside the first release of stocks presented by the Egyptian pound succeeded, as the coverage volume reached 250% of the world money markets, which reflects their confidence in the Egyptian economy. The banking sector has been restructured, the foreign exchange market has been liberalized, and non-bank financial services has been extended, including financial leasing, mortgage finance, capital markets, and insurance. If we're talking about new approach in the industrial development, as the Egyptian government is upgrading the existing industrial cities, industrial land allocations for skilled youth, 1,471 projects, and business investors for about 635 new projects. Industrial clusters, making available new industrial lands for private developers. In the context of public and private partnership program, 30 million square meters were made available for developers in 10th of Ramadan, Sadat, Burj Al Arab, and 6th of October City. Establishing new industrial zones or parks. As we were just discussing before our meeting, many countries in the Gulf area were facing problems regarding the crisis, as they were heading to concentrate on the real estate investments, which is, as we learned from the several before crisis, it wasn't something good. We should concentrate on our industry. Countries should concentrate on industry instead of real estates. That's why maybe the Gulf area are facing too many problems for the time being. Yes. Young population and abundant labor force. In Egypt, we could talk about several advantages for investors. Workforce of 22 million available at highly competitive cost. About 41% of population between the age of 15 and 39. 16 universities, local and international. Many specialized technical institutions, industrial training council with extensive training programs. As we can see, for the competitive of industrial cost, if we compare Egypt with several countries like Jordan, Turkey, India, Italy, by itself, the labor hourly wage in Egypt is lowest. The same applies for the cost of electricity, water, and natural gas and construction. As we can see some figures, maybe it's not totally updated, but somehow it could show us that the labor hourly wage in Egypt is the lowest. The same applies for the electricity, water, natural gas, and construction. Growing economy due to robust reform. Actually, if we're talking about, let's say, customs, reducing weighted average tariff, our government was keen to reduce weighted average tariff rate from 14.6% to 9%, eliminating service fees and import surcharges. To maintain a stable growth rate required a huge action to change the business climate into an investment stimulating one, embodied by the stimulating legal framework provided by investment law, which ensures repartition of profits. Dispute settlement mechanisms have been updated along with adopting legislations and principles on corporate governance, preventing monopoly practices, protecting competition and transparency, reducing time and cost required to establish companies to 72 hours. As in the our new government decided to make the Ministry of Investment in this regards, so as to try to decrease this ministry was concentrating on how to decrease the bureaucracy and the procedures and the costs of investing in Egypt. Services related to companies' establishment and leasing have been centralized into GAFIs, which is the General Authority for Investment, in one-stop shop, which is available in several places in the country. So we could find them in Cairo or in the industrial cities as well. During the recent years, the reform has taken a new impetus with the introduction of new tax and customs laws, which reduced the cost of doing business. The privatization program has gained momentum, and proceeds last year alone exceeded those of the 4 previous years. New sectors have been opened up, investment restrictions lifted, and bureaucratic obstacles reduced and streamlined.